We also have, as a volunteer today, Yong Tan, who is from DES Architects and Engineers, and you can unmute yourself and introduce yourself if you'd like.
Yeah, thank you. I'm a structural engineer at DES. I've been working with the company for 17 years now. So we deal mainly with campus buildings, office, steel buildings, large buildings for developers, as well as for life science projects. So let's start.
Okay.
Okay, so today's topic is about RAM to Revit and how I just discovered for myself a workflow enhancement that I've been searching for quite a while. So let me go over the agenda. I will start with the motivation, why, the design process overview, and a quick recap. So in our office, we use RAM for the design of our structural steel building. And here's a snapshot from the RAM software that we use, which give the beam sizes, stud counts, and beam cambers. These three properties are what we use for as engineers and what we need to produce in our production drawings. So in our current workflow, from RAM result output, the engineers mark up revisions in beam sizes, stud counts, cambers for drafters. And the drafters will transfer the markups to Revit manually, and the engineers will have to go back to back check for error due to re-entry. So as you can see, the process is pretty tedious and time consuming. We are not able to provide quick turnaround, error prone from data re-entry. And notice the amount of red marks that I have to transfer from one floor to the next. And if we are talking about multiple floors, we are talking about a lot of time and a lot of iterations as well. So I need to find a better way to doing this. So how can we improve? So my objective is to efficiently transfer the markup from RAM result to Revit. And what was I trying to accomplish? Well, obviously time saving, because the task is too tedious and too boring. And number two, quality control to ensure accuracy in our work. And what are the things that we typically change as design evolve? Only three things: beam sizes, beam cambers, stud counts. So I'm going to take you through my workflow process. One, I go to RAM, which is the engineering software. I extract the RAM data and I export it to spreadsheet. Two, I go back to Revit, go to the BIMLink, and I use a modified version of the structural framing swap link and export to spreadsheet. And then I map these two spreadsheets and get what I want. So let's go over a simple test model. From this model, we export the design result to a spreadsheet. So this slide shows the exported spreadsheet from RAM, which has the design information that I need. Notice that on column B, it has a unique ID to tag the beams, and it has beam sizes, cambers, and stud counts that I was looking for. So we'll come back to this later. Now let's go to Revit, and I'm going to go to the BIMLink, and I go to the default structural framing swap link, and I rename the link as structural framing RAM. From here, I will make modifications to the properties. So what's the difference? Well, I have customized the link to include the RAM unique ID, and then on the right, the camber size and the number of studs. And I have changed what was in the default setting as the survey coordinates to internal coordinates. So in this slide, I'm showing three worksheets. The first worksheet is the export from BIMLink. The second is a working copy. And the third is an export from RAM. So in order for me to map the information from one worksheet to another, I need to concatenate the reference level, which is on column D, and the internal coordinates, which is E, F, G, and H, to generate a unique ID. So with this ID that I've generated myself, I can use the VLOOKUP function to look up the corresponding RAM unique ID, as well as the beam sizes and start counts from the RAM worksheet. So my next step here is to copy the information from the working worksheet and paste it to the original worksheet from BIMLink. So I'm going to go ahead and import it back to BIMLink, and the information is pushed back to Revit. Notice that I have successfully made the change, and I have added a tag for RAM ID. So tag the beam, change the beam sizes, change the camber, and start counts, all within this BIMLink environment. So in summary, we export the result from RAM, we extract the information from RAM and put it to a spreadsheet. Same thing, we go to Revit, we go to BIMLink, we export the beam shop link to spreadsheet, and we link it up. And by doing so, it saves us lots of time. I hope this information is helpful and beneficial to your workflow. Please feel free to reach out to me if you have creative ways to improve this process. I'm most interested to explore new ideas. Thank you.
We really are fascinated and eager to learn about how you can use data within your disciplines and the unique projects that you have. We're very anxious to learn about that so that we can make improvements. So I want to thank you for sharing that with everybody today.